Hi, I'm Emily of Emily's Line Fitness, and welcome to your quick, strong 20-minute workout for your abdominals and your butt. In today's quick, strong 20-minute workout, we are going to be working with body weight or with a resistance band if you have one. I have here a medium weight resistance band that I'm going to be adding on. If you don't have resistance bands or you're not ready to add additional resistance, then you can totally do this workout without any equipment. I also have a mat. As long as you have a soft surface and some space, you're all set. We're going to begin with that resistance band, if you have it, just below the calf muscles. So I'm right underneath the medius part of my calf here. And we're going to begin with our feet about hip width apart and parallel. From there, step your left foot out, find a squat position. Your hips are back, the weight is heavy in the heels. We're gonna pulse the hips 3 times. So we go, 1, 2, 3, stand. 1, 2, 3, stand. As we come up to stand, I'm truly just lifting my left foot off the floor, and I'm gonna add a little leg lift to the side. So it's 1 pulse, 2 pulse, 3 pulse, little leg lift. All right, quick burn 20, new series, new year. Happy 2024, everybody. I hope you had a nice holiday season. I hope you had a nice New Year celebration. I'm not superstitious, but I will be flying on the 31st of December. I'm pre-recording this, and it feels kind of like a bad omen to talk too much about it before it happens. I really don't like flying, so it feels a little bit, precarious. But I have been thinking a little bit about 2024, thinking about those resolutions, of course, and I have some time still to decide, but I've landed on one. Shall I share it? Probably. The one that I've landed on is I want to be more demonstrative of my love and my appreciation for my friends and family. I'm pretty good at expressing my feelings to my tight-knit group, but to, a slightly wider degree, I think I have some room to grow. And there is, nothing wrong with expressing a little bit more love, a little bit more gratitude. So that's my goal for 2024. What's your goal? Or your resolution? I guess you don't only say goal. What have you resolved to do in 2024? Maybe it's taking more time for yourself. Maybe this workout is your first step, in which case, amazing. Are you ready to switch sides? We're gonna hold it up. Give me tiny leg lifts of the left leg. And then we'll switch sides, I promise. And we'll do that again for 1,000,000 times. 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Ooh! All right, shake out your hips. Nothing like a good wiggle. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So now the right leg is gonna do the stepping and the lifting. Find your squat, pulse down 3 times. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. And if this is your first workout that you're trying with me, welcome. I'm happy to have you. And if this is like your first workout in a while, then amazing, you made it. You're here. I'm gonna tell you probably this 20 minutes is gonna feel challenging, but it's gonna feel challenging to everybody. Not just if this is your first workout or your 100th, right? I'm working out pretty frequently. I'm a fitness instructor, and every workout is challenging. And that's not to make it, make you feel discouraged. It's more to say that as you work out, it's not necessarily gonna be the thing that the workout itself gets easier, but you are gonna be more able to rise to the occasion. That's, I think, the biggest difference when you start working out. Is like, yes, your legs are still gonna burn the same, maybe even more, but your capacity, your mental ability to feel that discomfort and continue is gonna grow. And not to be too, cheesy, but life in general can be pretty uncomfortable. And so showing up to your mat or to your workout space and building this skill of pushing through when something gets challenging, of being more able to rise to the occasion despite knowing how hard it is, that's a pretty relevant skill for life. And I know for me, this kind of resilience building in a workout context genuinely makes me feel a little bit more resilient in my life. And I hope for you it does the same. You know, you could think like, oh, I'm just here to get a stronger butt or a lifted butt. That's okay. But sneaky, you're also gonna be more able to deal with just challenges in general that come up for you. All right, we've done it a long time. We're gonna hold it up in 4, in 3, last 2. Hold it up, give me lifts to the side. If you're feeling your quads, by the way, those are your thighs, that's normal. Squats are a glute exercise, but they're also a quad exercise. So even though I didn't name quads or thighs at the top, you're still gonna feel them, which is good. Your body's like a big team working together to make things happen. Ooh, I feel my outer supporting glute, also normal, but uncomfortable. 5, last 4, 3, 2, oh baby, release. All right, we're gonna take our band just above the knees, and now you're gonna come to one side of your mat so you have a lot of mat in front of you. Inhale here, grow the top of your head to the sky. Exhale, melt your chin to your chest and roll down. Take your time here, really feel each of your spine bones separating from the one underneath it. At the bottom, bend your knees. Let your head hang heavy. Shake your head yes and no. Inhale. And then exhale, draw your abdominals towards your spine. So pull your abdominals together. Tuck your tailbone, curling your tailbone towards the backs of your thighs, and roll up vertebra by vertebra, spine bone by spine bone. We're gonna do one more really slow. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, chin to the chest and melt down. Good, just giving yourself a little kind of moment to feel that back, feel your spine, feel how you're doing. Now we're gonna walk out and we're gonna find a high plank position. Your shoulders are over your wrists. Fan your fingers really wide here and rotate the pointy parts of your elbows towards your thighs. Straighten the legs as much as you can and be sure to think of a long line from the crown of your head to the heels. We're gonna take it to a toe tap. You're gonna tap the left foot out and then the right foot out. Now, keep going. If you have any sort of wrist discomfort, many do, you can do this exact same thing on your forearms. And I designed it that way for a reason, so that you wouldn't be really annoyed when we got into a plank. And if you have but if you're experiencing a little bit of lower back compression, or if just having long legs is feeling a little bit too intense to stabilize at the moment, drop your knees and you're gonna go for the exact same thing, but with one knee always on the mat. Whenever I do a kneeling option, I usually like to take the tempo down a little bit because I feel like I need more time to move, and that's great. In, out, in. Last 5, last 4. We're gonna hold the plank. 3, 2, hold your plank position. Now, we're gonna tap the left knee to the mat, lift it up, tap the right knee to the mat, lift it up. Left, tap. Now, as I tap the knee, I am minimizing, yes, that's a word, the movement of the hips. If being on the knees is your preferred, you're just gonna keep the toes tucked and lift one knee at a time. Last 8, last 6, we release. 4, 3, 2, go ahead and lower your hips back and down. Find a child's pose here. Good. I put on some warming CBD cream for my muscles last night for my lower back. And because my body temperature is increasing with working out, I can feel it burning. So I just wanted to check to make sure everything was good. We're good. My back is not caught on fire. I'm hoping you can't see any smoke coming off my back. Inhale here. And then exhale, come into your plank. We're gonna do it again. This time, everybody's gonna come to the forearms. Good, lower your hips so that your shoulders and hips are in the same line. Tap right, in, tap left, in. Tap right, in, tap left, in. If it feels more comfortable for your shoulders, you can interlace your hands. I'm gonna go ahead and take my palms to the floor and really think about spreading your collarbones wide, broadening out those collarbones to the sides of the room. 4 more, last 3, last 2, last 1. Now we're gonna tap the knees. Tap, lift, tap, lift. Keep going like this or we'll finish taking it faster. Tap, 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 tap. You're almost there. We're gonna flip onto our left side. In 8, in 6, in 4, 3, 2, and release. Whew. All right, we're keeping our resistance band. We're gonna come onto our left side. You have 2 options here to start. You can either come onto the left elbow, or if you have any neck tension, you can come all the way down to the left bicep, whichever you prefer. From there, stack your shoulder over your elbow if you're in this option. Lift the left side of your waist away from the mat. And then looking down at your feet, you want your feet just in line with your hips as if you were gonna sit on your heels. Knees should be pointing forward. From there, point your toes. Breathe. We're gonna open the knees, hold. Only open that top knee as high as you can keep your top hip facing forward. So if I roll my hip back to get wider, I'm actually not working my glutes any extra. So I want you to keep your hip stable and just move that thigh. Everything feels it. Everything's feeling the burn. All right, so 2024. Things are looking up. I have my resolution. I would love if you want to share your resolution. That'd be great. I also really like something that we did last year with my family, with my mom, was picking a word for the year. And I think her word, I'm sure she'd feel comfortable with me sharing, her word was risk, which is great. And you know what she did last year? She moved, which is huge. So that was a risk. She moved to the beach. She always wanted to live at the beach, so that was amazing. And my word was joy. And I think I found that a lot last year. And there's capacity for more. But I haven't figured out my word for 2024 yet. What I have figured out is that clamshells are really good for your butt. Do you feel it? Yes. I hope I distracted you. You're thinking about resolutions, you're thinking about words, you're not thinking about, oh my goodness, my right butt cheek's on fire. We're gonna hold it open in 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it open, and press it back. Good, draw your abdominals together here. What I often see is a little sinking in the shoulder. Makes sense. Pull that left shoulder away from your ear. Pull your left hip away, your left ribs away from the mat. Last 8. You got one more change. 6, 4, 3, 2. Hold the leg open. Extend that left leg towards the long edge of your mat and give me tiny pulse. Good. Look down at your leg. It should literally be pointing just underneath your hip like you are standing on the edge of your mat. Pulse, pulse, pulse. If you're feeling your lower back, think of pushing your pubic bone more towards your face, curling these front hip points towards your front ribs. You got 8, 6, we're flipping over, 4, we're doing the other side, 3, 2, release. Amazing. Let's flip over. Okay, lay down if you want on your right bicep or come up into this prop position. Pull your right ribs away from the floor. Check out your feet. Make sure you're sitting on your heels. Not actually, but it's as if you could. Knees are reaching forward. We open only as wide as we can keep the top hip over the bottom hip and then close the knees. Are you a quiet worker-outer? This is something I would love to know. Or are you a loud worker-outer? I'm a fitness instructor, right? So I teach here with you all. I can't hear your noises. Unfortunately, I would love to. I, however, also teach in person, and it's always so funny to me, like just an interesting thing to watch is to see who makes noises. So when I give them some challenge, some people will be totally silent, right? That's more me. It's like I take it in stride. I'm not going to make a single peep. And then some people, they're like, no, oh God, things like this. I will say there tends to be more of a gender breakdown in that. I'll let you guess who is more loud and who is softer. But it is quite entertaining. Open, close. If you want to express yourself in a class, you should. Open, open, ooh, open, open. Ooh. We're gonna hold it. When I'm filming, however, I make all kinds of weird noises. We're gonna hold it open. 4, 3, 2, hold it open and give me a tiny pulse. Good. Every time I pulse open, I'm really just squeezing my left butt cheek. Good, keep pulsing. Try to pull that left hip away from your left armpit so that both sides of your body are really long. Last 8, we're gonna extend the left leg. 6, 4, 3, 2, extend your left leg, flex your foot, now pulse it up. Good, here if you're starting to feel your lower back, could be that your leg is too far behind you. Could be that despite the leg being in the right spot, you're arching your lower back, super common. Think of pulling these front ribs in. Maybe that helps you. And then you always have your side lying option. Maybe that takes some of the pressure off. All right, this is the last change that's exclusively for the butt. We're gonna lay on our backs and we'll get into the abdominals, but there's still gonna be a glute component because we love working the butt. 8, 4, 3, 2, ooh, and release. Just as intense as the first side. All right, turn to lay on your back. I'm gonna bring the band once again just to below my calves. No band, no prob, and lay down. From there, we're gonna take our hands behind the head, inhale. Exhale, push your rib cage into the floor until you feel the middle of your back touching the mat or touching the ground. If your lower back is arching, that's okay for me, or rather not arching, but softening away from the mat, that's fine, but the middle of the rib cage should be pressing down. Exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the floor. Take your left leg out, take it in, and then lower the chest back down to the floor. Exhale, lift it up, take the right leg out, take it in, and then lower the chest. So we go, lift, out, in, down, lift, out, in, down. As you crunch, think of pulling more from the middle of your back. So you're trying to get this really nice C curve as opposed to just pulling from the neck and the head. I would rather if you had a really nice basket with your hands behind your head here to give your neck all kinds of support. Because your head is heavy. It needs the support. Your head is like 5 kilos, which is 10 pounds, something wild. We're gonna hold it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Now you're just gonna give me tiny crunches. Good, crunch and crunch. Again, so I'm not crunching by pulling on my head. I'm crunching about thinking, lifting the middle of my back away from the mat. Widen those elbows just so you can see them in your side eye, but they're not blocking your vision. 4, we hold it up. 3, 2, hold it up. Big breath in here. On the exhale, pull your heels towards your butt. Inhale, take the feet back out. In, out, in, out. Now, if you want to take your legs even further, and you don't feel any sort of lower back discomfort, or your middle back is not arching away from the mat, go for it. I'm working through some lower back discomfort here. And so I'm not gonna take my legs further out because then I know my lower back will bother me and it's just not worth it. Because let me tell you, I feel my abs. 5, 4, one more change. 3, 2, lower your head, lift your thighs. Good, find your tabletop position. We're gonna take the legs out, out, in. You can point your toes here or flex your feet. I'm gonna keep my feet flexed because that feels more comfortable with the band. Here as well, if you're taking your legs out and your rib cage is lifting off the mat, take the legs higher. The lower, the heavier the load, which means the more your abdominals have to work to keep your body in the same position. So it's not the lower, the better. It's the lower, the more. So if you want more and you can handle more by keeping the low ribs on the mat, great. 8, 7. In 6, we're gonna hold the legs long. You have a 20-second hold and then we're done. In 4, 3, 2, hold your legs long 20 seconds, open your chest, melt your shoulders into the mat, lower the legs if you can. Good, please keep your chest down, don't lift it up. We wanna work the deepest layer, not just the six pack. Keep holding 10 seconds. Good, lower those legs even more if you can. Press the middle of the back into the floor. Last 4, 3, 2, and release. Woo, all right, I'm taking my band off and we're gonna quickly stretch our outer glutes. Cross your left foot over your right knee, pull your right thigh towards your chest. How are we doing? Do we feel it? Do you feel accomplished? I hope you feel accomplished. You made it. You got there, all the way to the end. Those final ab moves were difficult. Cross the other foot over the opposite knee. Wow, 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 this side is so much tighter. All right, and now wrap your arms around your thighs and roll up to sit. Give yourselves a super well-deserved round of applause. You absolutely nailed that. Thank you so much for joining me on maybe your first workout of 2024. I'm so happy to be a part of your fitness journey. And if you want more workouts like this, you're wanting to keep on going, then I'll go ahead and link you to some of my different playlists so you can perhaps work more abdominals, or if you want to continue working your butt, working more of your butt. Thank you for joining me. You absolutely nailed it, and I am just so happy to see you next time on the mat. Thank you.